Around the city of Milan today, you can hear a pin drop. All the noise and all the focus concentrated on San Siro, where 80,000 hugely partisan fans are congregated for this season's first Milan derby, Inter against Milan. It's our featured match today, and always one of football's finest occasions. Milan have so many excellent players at their disposal, so today they can play Albertini at number 4 in preference to Carlo Ancelotti, that battle-hardened veteran. There's no room either for Evani, and Diego Fuser, who came on as a substitute a week ago and scored against Cremonese, can't even win a place on the bench. As for Inter, there's a cautious look to Ulrico's selection, a defence which has Bergami back after missing the last 2 games. And Giuseppe Baresi, Beppe Baresi, who made his Inter debut 14 years ago, is a surprise selection for his first game of the season, presumably to stiffen the team's resolve in the middle of the field. The match and the emotions of the players in the hands of Pierluigi Paireto. Inter carry the hopes not only of their half of this football-crazy city, but also the other top clubs in the league. A Milan victory today would really confirm their early season claim to the championship. So far, they've looked a cut above the other challengers, but this is a huge test for them. The atmosphere of these derby days, well, it almost defies description, so it's a particular pleasure to have alongside me Ray Wilkins, who as a former Milan player knows all about the difficulties and the delights of afternoons such as these.
Yes, and that really was a wonderful through ball as well, just a couple of yards too far for Hullet.
Here he is again, Hullet, and the defender who is penalised here is Marcello Montanari. And it was a question, really, of interpretation by the referee here as to what damage Hullet might have caused had he been able to go on.
Well, I think, as we see, there was no actual contact, but he did come across with studs flying, and in Italian football, once your studs are up in the air, it's a free kick.
We're in the 12th minute of the 212th Milan derby. Milan, the older club, slightly hold the balance of power in terms of previous results. Donadoni takes the free kick. Oh, and Hullet got his head to it, and Inter scrambled the ball away. You do feel that Milan have come out as the side that really wants to win this game, whereas Inter might be content to get a share of the spoils, or certainly to play on the break.
Definitely. I think when you see the way that both sides are playing, Milan do look a lot more confident on the ball. That was a great ball in from Donadoni, which Hullet rose tremendously well to hit the crossbar.
That's a good cross. Berti wanted an extra touch. A header at goal was on for him if he'd have fancied trying that. It's all about selecting the right option. Hullet for Massaro and Van Basten. Milan have been showing the craft and the class. They've hit the bar, and now they've had a goal disallowed, is it? Van Basten wants to know. Costa Curta comes across. It looked a good goal. It is a good goal.
I thought there was a slight hint of offside, actually, Massaro. Massaro seemed to get in front of everybody, and I thought he may well have just been offside. But it was magnificent football. Now, in actual fact, seeing that, he does appear to come from behind me. But it's a great early ball in, and there's Van Basten sticking it in there. It was, in actual fact, a superb goal. It was a great build-up. Albertini played a super little one-touch pass to Gullit to initiate the goal, and it really was a tremendous move.
And for all the protests, it stands for Milan. And Massaro getting the ball accurately across the face of the goal, where Van Basten was arriving at top speed. Even then it needed some angling in, and he made that look very straightforward. For Marco Van Basten, his 8th goal of the season. And Milan with a lead that they deserve through their appetite and their ambition in the opening phase of the game.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I think they've been by far the better side in the opening 20 minutes, and Van Basten is very much like our own Gary Lineker in those positions. He doesn't miss. When he's in that 6-yard box, it's a goal.
Fontelan, Klinsmann, and now Inter have got to show more force and strength of character as well. Very painful to go behind in this fixture. And this is a chance for them to hit back straight away.
Looks a good tackle. Rijkaard did ever so well to get back with Meazza, who had joined up with Klinsmann very well, and he did put his foot round him, but he did get the ball and pull it away. And I think they're a bit unfortunate to have the free kick against them.
Inter have put up their own wall to try and mask the view of the Milan line, which is being addressed now by the referee, and Franco Baresi has got a yellow card, and he'd be foolish to continue this.
I think what Baresi's actually saying is that he's obviously in front of the wall, but he's gone at such an angle that he is actually 9 metres or 10 yards from the ball. The referee's not accepting that, and unfortunately for Baresi, he's been booked. He's probably got a few more this season as well, so he wants to be very careful.
Well, the delay adds to the drama. Matteus, and Rossi scoops it up. Sebastiano Rossi, who played his first league game for Milan in the previous derby, kept a clean sheet then and has been doing that on regular occasions since. Studied the goal again, and if there was any offside in the move, suggestion perhaps that Van Basten in the centre of the picture was offside as the move built up rather than when the ball was played to him. And maybe that's why the Inter players came out for the second half, still discussing the matter with referee Paireto. But it's in the history books now. But Inter have a free kick. Remember, Baresi, Franco Baresi, that is, already booked for not going back the full distance. Matteus! We've seen him put those between the posts before. Fontelan was following in. That one flew just outside. Walter Zenga had a long-range view of it. Yeah,
tremendous shot. Not the best ball I've ever seen in my life, but that was a terrific shot, and just a whisper away.
Ray, I'm sure you would go along with that tactical switch.
Yes, I think that had to happen. Inter have got to get the ball into the Milan half and hold the ball in there to allow the players from the midfield to come and join them. And Desideri is an experienced forward player, and I'm sure he'll do just that job.
Oh, Berti and Klinsmann. Milan are stunned. Klinsmann is thrilled. And Zenga goes to join in the delight. They can't believe their luck. They're level. And Desideri played a part. It was his cross first of all. And Berti followed up on a weak header from Costa Curta. Klinsmann got the benefit of that. And his poor spell in front of goal is over. It's his first goal of the season, and what a time to get it.
A smashing finish. It was a poor header from Costa Curta, but as the ball came back, he got himself into a great shape and hit the ball into the floor, and there was no hope for Rossi. But Inter have started very positively in the second half, and they deserve that goal for the way that they've come out and attacked Milan.
First of all, it was Marco Van Basten of Milan and Holland. Now Jurgen Klinsmann of Inter and Germany. Van Basten for Hullet. Massaro making his run into the middle. Bremer made sure that the ball didn't arrive in that area. But as we've seen so often in the past, one of the strengths of Milan is their ability to get goals from set plays. And And Donadoni in particular will be relieved because he was caught watching the ball rather than watching the man, and Desideri got inside him. Klinsmann is everywhere, and it's not only playing well, but he's getting some luck as well. And Baresi is off. A sensation in the Milan derby. It's a second booking, and the player who's given the club so much service down the years in this fixture, shortly after his brother has been substituted on the other side. Franco Baresi gets the red card, and Milan are down to 10 men.
Yes, and unfortunately, I think I'm his greatest fan, and that he was committed to a tackle there, and it was his second bookable offence, and he definitely pulled Desideri down, and he has to go off the field. But it's a shame that he got booked for such a silly thing in the first half, in actual fact. Filippo Ghali's coming on. He's a super defender as well, and it must be very reassuring for Milan to know they have such a competent player coming on the field.
Well, Massaro is sacrificed now to get the defender on in Baresi's place. Filippo Ghali, who's been with Milan since 1983, knows all about the system at the back. Van Basten having to help out. These are very difficult times for the league leaders.